Hello and welcome, this is Katsu and I'm gonna try to make a small guide on how to curse one-shot in Alligates for my build that I'm using, not for... So we will first run through my gear, swaps, and then I will analyze some fight for you. So for my curse staff, I'm just like using Q1, W1, third passive for more damage. This is to maximize my chance of one-shotting. For my boots, royal sandals with mana, because I will lack mana quite easily with this build, even though I have a limb cape. Aggression for as passive for damage. For the mage robe, I'm running through frost shield. It's kinda easy. I prefer it because for me it's easier to one shot, since when I pop it, it reflects some damage, as you can see there. Reflects 15%. So they take more damage, and it's kinda, since my build is like gonna one shot, like I'm just maximize the chance of them getting one shot. And also, like in general, they like to, if they swap, I prefer to have this because after I popped everything I have no defensive. So like, and major, like the purging shield is not enough. So I prefer frost shield. For my head, I'm just running the first spell and toughness for more defense. You can run the second passive for control effects, but I prefer the first passive. Versus one shots in general, I'm gonna swap to this, to W2, this passive for more move speed, right spot of course. This will not change, and this depends a lot. Some like versus dagger and grail seeker, I'm gonna swap to stone skin. Otherwise, I stay the same. And for my boots, I'm not changing anything. Because this is pointless. For swaps of gear, armor, you can play with the robe of purity. I'm not gonna do a guide on with Fien Call and Facebreaker because this is not a build I play a lot, so I don't really know how to master it. The build is kinda like 350k, so it's not like that expensive, you know, but well, you need to have a good economy. Okay, the first tip I can give you is that first you have to always send your healer to spec what the enemy has. Here you can see like the healer boots in, so like he will not have time to swap, and it's perfect because he doesn't have mercenary boots as well. I spec up as well the curse staff to know if he has like roll, rest spot, frost shield, anything that can make me not one shot them. And see, it's easy, like he got one tapped because like the healer couldn't heal. You have to be careful for a guardian helmet also, because it's gonna be like super annoying for you. So first remember, you have to send your healer to spec. If there is guardian helmet, roll, a dodge on boots, sorry, not roll, a frost shield, or a cleanse on head if he runs with Underwood, you have to be careful for all of that, because one-shotting will be harder. In case it's a default setup, like as you can see in this clip, you can just one-shot and throw everything first combo, and he will die. Otherwise, you will have to be a little bit more smart and maybe change your strategy because you will not be able to one-shot the DPS, I guess. So yeah, in the next clip you will see that it's really quick, but the guy has a Guardian Helmet and Mercenary Boots, so that's 2 counter of me. I threw my spell, I threw my wall combo first, but I don't poison, so because I know he will put his Guardian Helmet to purge, and I don't want to waste my poison, I want to keep them. As you can see here, the DPS has Frost Shield, even if it's real quick. When I inspect, because I see instant, he has Frost Shield and he has a rest spot and a cleanse on his helmet. So that's quite a hard threat for me. As you can see, I throw everything I could, but he purged my demon helmet and he Frost Shield as well, so that's 2 defensive that we waste. Here I tried to one shot, but he has a purge and I didn't see. The biggest here you will see that the biggest mistake that this guy has done, and I'm gonna go back by a bit to explain. Here, as you can see, I throw my poison at W, and he cleanse. So he only has the poison that reduces defensive. So here it pop, and he's fine. He's 263 HP, as you can see here. I Q and auto, 83 HP. I don't have any more damage, and my Q is not gonna proc. And here he heal, so the guy will not die, and he put his guardian. So it means that he cannot purge my spell anymore. Here it's pretty bad for us because we stack versus a sword and it's a carving, so we take a lot of damage together. I tried to one-shot back, but he used his resist spot, and there I'm like, okay, we are fucked, we will lose if I continue to focus the DPS. So I start to double stack a bit, so the healer doesn't heal himself. As you can see, the healer prefers to heal them, and there I just throw my wall combo, the heal. Small mistakes, I'm coming back again, that he has done just slightly before again. As you can see, I'm double stacking, he's not healing himself, and then I throw my E. He doesn't have interrupt, so he cannot interrupt me. And then he dashes instant. So here my auto goes through. It interrupts his heal, but his mercs popped, so he's gonna get silenced. And he has nothing, and he dies. Focusing the heal works also if the DPS has too much defensive, to be fair. The healer is, in general, it's more tankier than the DPS, but the anti-heal debuff is just too broken, and also they buffed the anti-heal in this recent patch from 20 to 30%. So yeah, if the focusing the DPS doesn't work, you can just focus the heal instead. But personally, I prefer to always try to kill the DPS first, because he can 1v2 if we are too low HP in the fight. I always try to kill the DP first. If it doesn't work, I swap target. I don't have any clips with where the guy puts dodge, but versus dodge it's more hard to win, but it's definitely winnable. What I do in this case in general is that I will demon helmet the DPS instead of the heal. But I will demon helmet like when my E is about to pop, so he doesn't have time to roll, and he has no defensive at all, and it's a free one shot. If this doesn't work, you can focus the heal. It works also, or double stack. Double stack as curse is kind of annoying because the heal cannot he cannot keep up with 4 stack on each player. So at some point, we're gonna die if you have no guardian, of course. So yeah, I'm not super good at making guide, but if you have any tips for me for the next, in case I make another guide someday, give me any tips, or if there is a comp that you want me to play in Gates, you can also tell me in the comments. I can try. For now, I'm spamming a lot of Staff of Balance content because the weapon is just like super good, and the setup is quite easy, and it's free silver basically. So yeah, maybe next time I will make a guide on this, who knows. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you have any tips, I will put my Discord if you have any question as well in the description, so you can add me and ask questions. Thank you for watching. Take care.